We are quickly making it up to day 90, if you can believe it or not. You have had 3 months with your team, and so we're into the home stretch. The honeymoon is just about over at day 90. They should know you a whole lot better, and you should know them a whole lot better. The expectations should be set, and so we're in day 90. So let's talk about that. I'm Adrian from Adrian's Avenue, and I bring you information that's rich, relatable, and relevant that you can use in your job on a daily basis as a new leader. Let's jump right into it. Now, this last month leading up to day 90 is a month where you should be starting your execution plan. The things that need to be worked on immediately. This should have been pointed out in the first 2 months if there's something that you need to jump on right away to make the connection, to make things a lot better for the team. It may be just something very, very small. It may be something a little bit larger, but this is something that you should start executing so that you can start moving in the right direction. By now, you should also know who understands your vision and who needs a little more help with your vision. So you've had 2 months with the folks leading into the third month. With the conversations that you've had with them and continue to have with them, your interaction with them, you should have a real good idea to which team members on the team still needs a little help with the vision and who fully understands the vision of what you've given the team in the direction that you want to move. You also probably know now who the cheerleaders are on the team that will be with you 100% behind you with whatever that you're telling them to do. You should also know the people that are a little resistant to what you're saying. Identify all of these. It's something that you can work through. You can win people over in various ways, but by now you should know them well enough. They should know you well enough that you understand that if they really know the vision that you're trying to lead them toward, or if they're resistant to the vision, and that you need just to help them just a little bit more. One other area that you should know by now is who are the leaders on your team. These are key players that can make your job a lot easier if you tap into them. So those leaders on your team are people, and they could be leaders in just various areas such as production. Someone who knows production, can teach production, or making presentations in team meetings. Someone who likes to do that, give processes to the team that they can understand, or someone who's a leader in a low error percentage. These are all areas that you can use their help in, and you can tap into them to help other folks on the team to make your job a lot easier. So you should know who the key players are as far as the leaders are on the team. You should also be able to identify the folks that are struggling in various areas on the team as far as their performance goes, and start assisting them with that. But by 3 months in, you should know them very well. They should know you very well. And these are things that you need to start focusing more in, becoming more intense on these areas to help the folks on the team become better players. Now let's talk about time frame, because by now your boss may be asking for a time frame of improvement, and certainly you should be asking yourself, how much time am I going to give myself and the team to improve in whatever area it is? Say if it's productivity and your team is not yet up to par in productivity, what actions are you taking to get them there, and what time frame are you giving them to get there? And you could assess what has been happening in the past, over the past 2 months, to see how they're going. If there's anything that they need to improve with to speed it up a little, but try to analyze where they will be at what certain time. Now, you're going to have some folks that are strong in production. You're going to have some folks that may be a little weak in production. And if you can get the weaker ones up, it will help the production of the overall team go up. So have a strategy for that. It's time to start strategizing and giving time frames for when some of this can happen, so that you can communicate back with your boss again about how the team is doing. And if the results are moving in the right direction, that's great. Do you want to speed that up a bit, or do you think it's going at the pace it needs to go at this point in time? So you, at day 90, you should be able to answer all of these questions that we're talking about. So it builds from month to month to month on each other. And so by day 90, it's getting a little more intense, a little more focused, and you should know exactly what direction that you're going in. All right, we're at day 90, but it is not too late to hit that like button or that subscribe button so that you can get the latest information as it becomes available to you each week. You have come a long way. Just think of the first day that you became the manager of the team. You went through your first 30 days, then your next 60 days, and then finally you're at 90 days. What you need to do right now is just to make sure that you are putting in the time needed to move the team forward. There are no shortcuts. You have to put in the time. It may mean spending extra time at the job, spending extra time with folks on the team, but you selected, you raised your hand and said that you wanted to be in leadership, and this is what it took. Just think of the lives that you can impact as a leader. You know, I said at the very first video on the 30 days that 100% your team are human beings before they're employees, before they're anything else. And so as long as we continue to treat them as human beings and consider them and their needs as far as what they need within the team, within the company, make sure you address their needs and they will be great employees for you. So just make sure you're putting in the time that you need to put into. It's taking more time. It's not like when you're a contributor and you did your job, it was over with, you got to go home and be with your family. Now it may mean longer hours and extra hours, but it is well worth the effort of the lives that you're impacting as a leader. And this is leadership. This is leadership. Just take the steps that we talked about for the first 30 days, the first 60 days, and the 90 days. And if you've missed any of those sessions, they will be linked in the notes below so that you can have access to all of them. Well, that's it. You have what you need to go and crush it as a new leader on the team. And I can almost tell you that this is probably more information that most get when they join a team. Companies are noted for training people within their job scopes, but when it comes to management, there may be a little bit of training, but the training is for as helping people and relating to people, connecting with people. That may be a little far in between. So take this information. Hopefully you've jotted down good notes on all 3 sessions. If you missed a session, please go back and review that session over with. Everything is critical and the months build on each other. So, you know, you have the information here and you know exactly what you need to do within the first 3 months. Go out and crush it.